Now that we've factored out some binomials, we're going to take that idea up another level of abstraction and take a look at what happens when we factor in general and then factor out binomials. So what we're going to do is, first off, take out the GCF of the left-hand two terms and the right-hand two terms. And if we do this correctly, we'll be able to factor out the binomial GCF. But you have to be careful. You can't do it unless it matches. So for instance, if I had something like 3x times x minus 2 plus 7 times 2 minus x, I would not be able to do anything with those because those two parentheticals don't match. It would actually turn out I have to do something else that I'll get to later. If I had 5x times x plus 1 plus 9y times x plus 1. That I could factor because if you notice those two parentheticals are the exact same. Let's take a look at example 1 here. So for example 1, again, I'm going to look at the first two terms, factor out the GCF, look at the last two terms, factor out the GCF, and see where that takes me. If I factor out 5y, I'm going to have 3x plus 2. For the other two terms, I'm going to factor out, those are both divisible by 6, but I'm also going to factor out a negative because I need those two things to become positive, and this will become 3x plus 2. Okay, now we just do what we did in the previous video. We'll take out 3x plus 2, we'll just factor that right out, and then 5y is left from the first clump, the first term, 6 is left from the second, and we're done. Example 2 works exactly the same way. So again, I'm going to look at this in groups. First two terms, last two terms. For the first two terms, I can take out 3 and an x. I can't take out y because both terms don't have y. What I will have in there now is 2x plus y. Now for these last two terms, if you notice, they don't have anything in common. They don't have anything in the way of a GCF. If you wanted to, you could just write 1 on the outside. And that might be a good idea when you're starting out, although it's not technically necessary. But now if you do, you can do the exact same thing. 3x plus 1 times 2x plus y. So you can see here that this concept is really just a combination of what we have seen. Practice this a little bit, get comfortable with it, and then we'll take care of some more of these in the next video.